Hey, third graders, you know what I love about today's lesson? Today's lesson is just like yesterday's lesson, but instead of units of 2, we're going to be doing units of 3. So today we will be explaining or interpreting the quotient as the number of groups or the number of objects in each group using units of 3. So instead of counting by 2s, we're going to be counting by 3s. So thinking of our song, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36. Let's get started. Remember that the goal of today's lesson, just like yesterday's, is to decide if your unknown is trying to find how many groups you have to make, or if your unknown is trying to find out the size of each of the groups. So deciding if your numbers are going to show that you start with a certain number, you know the size of each group, but you need to find out how many groups you have, or if your numbers are going to mean something different, where you still start out with that amount, but this time this number will show you how many groups you start out with, and what you need to find out is the size of each group. Our first problem today is 3 students equally share a pack of 12 pencils. I want to think about the information that I do know. I know that there's 3 students, I know that there's 12 pencils, and my unknown is I don't know how many pencils each student is going to get. I know how many groups there are, so my unknown is the size of each group. How many is going to be in each group? When I draw my tape diagram, I section it into 3 equal parts. These parts each represent how much each student is going to get. I had some kids in my class yesterday confused on that part. So I put our little students down here to remind you that this box right here goes to that student, this box to that, and this box to that student. So now I'm ready to hand out pencils. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to make these a little bit darker because my marker was being a little dry. So now that I've passed out my pencils, now I know how much one student got. So here I've got, instead of question mark pencils, each student gets 4 pencils. This part of the tape diagram shows how many pencils each student got. This part of the tape diagram shows me how much I have all together and how many students I have all together. My division problem for this word problem is 12 divided by 3 equals 4. 12 pencils divided by 3 students is 4 pencils for each student. This was an example of finding the unknown when we're trying to find the size of each group. The other situation that will happen when we're doing division word problems is that we might not know how many groups there are going to be. We know how many is going to go in each group, but we don't know how many groups there are ultimately going to be. Here's our problem to demonstrate that. There are 12 boxes of pencils. Each class will get 3 boxes. How many classes can get 3 boxes? This type of division, I know that I'm going to start out with a certain amount. I know that I'm going to start out with 12 boxes of pencils. I know that in one classroom, they're going to get 3 boxes of pencils. I'm writing on all the information that I do know, so I can think about the information that I don't know. I don't know how many classes are going to get 3 boxes of pencils. So let me complete my tape diagram. So one class gets 3, another class gets 3 more. So 3, 6, 9. So far I have 3 classes have 3 boxes each, but I still have more boxes to give away. So I'm at 9 boxes, 10, 11, 12. 3, 6, 9, 12. I've given away all my boxes. Now, this is why we do math with a pencil. Since I did mine with a pen, I have to cross this out. If I had a pencil, I could erase that and have a nice, neat tape diagram. So now I see that 4 classrooms were able to get 3 boxes of pencils. I can cross out my unknown and replace it with the known. Now I can write my division problem. So 12 boxes of pencils divided by 3 boxes for each class means that 4 classes can get 3 boxes of pencils. On the notes side of your homework, I'd like you to talk about why do both of these tape diagrams look different, even though the division equation is exactly the same when you look at it on the surface. This is 12 divided by 3 equals 4. This is 12 divided by 3 equals 4. But why do they get 2 very different tape diagrams? This tape diagram has 3 groups with 4 in each group, but this tape diagram has 4 groups with 3 in each group. Why are they different? Please write about it on your note side. On the note side of your paper, please complete these 2 tape diagrams for the same division equation, 18 divided by 3. The division equation looks the same, but on this side, our unknown is the size of each group. We have 18 total items. We know that we're separating them into 3 equal groups. We don't know how many is in each group. On this side, our unknown is how many groups. We start with 18 items. We're going to put 3 items in each group, but we don't know how many groups we're going to be able to make. Please pause, figure that out, and press play when you're done. What you should have figured out is 18 divided by 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I notice that I have 18 divided by 3 is 6. I have 6 items in each group. That's no longer unknown. On this side, I have 3 items in each group, so I'm going to keep making groups of 3 until I get to 18. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And I can keep adding tape to my tape diagram until all of my groups have been made. I noticed that I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I made 6 groups of 3. So again, 18 divided by 3 equals 6. My numbers mean something different. Let's try another one. 21 divided by 3. Figure this out, complete the tape diagrams, and draw them on the note side of your paper. Pause, then press play when you're done. You should have found out your final answer was 21 divided by 3 is 7. Here, if we divide 21 into 3 equal groups, there's 7 in each group, so that your unknown is 7. For here, our unknown was how many groups we had, so if we divide it into groups of 3, we're able to make 7 groups of 3. It's time for the final problem. Flip those papers over, and you're going to decide if our unknown is the size of each group, or if the unknown is how many groups we need to make. There are 27 third graders working in groups of 3. How many groups of third graders will there be? Please draw a tape diagram and write a division sentence to show how you solved the problem. Turn that in tomorrow as your homework, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.